different ways to do that, whether they be big or small. And so I was just wondering, what are some of the things that you do to participate in self-care?
Big Daddy leave the room, because I'm telling people, because he'll tell y'all, he'll say I'm lying now. I take care of myself, I think, quite well. See, look at him. I think I get good rest. You know, when you fighting, sis, you know, because I know, I feel it in my heart, up under my, just the soles of my feet, that Allah has me on purpose. It's not a job for me. Coming out here and talking to my Muslims and my Mu'mins, my sisters, my brothers, it's not a job for me. This is purpose, and I'm grateful to do it 5 years after the documentary. I'm as grateful as to see you as you are to see me. Trust and know that. So, for me, you know, I sleep when I'm dead. Rest as I can. When I need to go get these locks tightened up, I have somebody go and, you know, rub on my locks, and, you know, you know, alhamdulillah. You know, zikr Allah is my, that's it. That's it. I, you know, remembering Allah in everything that I do, no matter what. Even I try to, I'm working on, I need you all to make dua for me. My creative expression of what may roll off this tongue of mine at any given time. But it's about getting my point across so you can feel exactly what I'm not a spoken word, I'm not a poet. I don't know how to do all of that. I don't know none of that. All I know is that when you on purpose, Allah gives you, when you tired, it give you that push to get you up that hill, to get down that hill, to go back up that next hill. So, you know, there's just different personal things that I got going on with me, you know, like you got that smoking cut, and, you know, and you take care of that, but locks, you guys, you all may call them dreadlocks. I ain't nothing dreadful about my locks, so it burns me up when I hear somebody talk about, he got dreadlocks, he growing dreadlocks. It ain't nothing dreadful about my hair. I have locks. For those that want to visualize what's going on up under this production that we have called the gym. It is. Once you take it off, it's a big production. So, you know, I do that, and, you know, and stay in remembrance of Allah. That's it. I can't live no other way. And Allah takes care of me and opens up when it's time for me to rest, you know, make things kind of slow out there on the blocks, because I feel sometimes if I'm not there, some stuff may jump off, or, you know, so, you know, Allah knows best. So just as you go into your journey, you ask Allah what it is that you need to do, and how you need to cleanse and draw, and how you know, how you need to cleanse yourself, and how you need to draw things to you. And that's it. That's all. That's how it works for me. Next question. Is this it? That baby, all y'all got. Let me see your phone, because I want you to ask many pictures of that thing. In your phone, and she does. What is it, sister? What can I do for you?
I have a question about the hijab and being like a strong, active woman, you know, especially on the streets. Does your hijab ever make it hard for you to go out and do what you do? And do you ever like feel like, you know, maybe prejudice, or people don't listen to your voice as much just because they see the hijab?
Not at all. What, we family, right? So we can real talk, right? We've been doing that for about an hour, right? Okay, so going back to purpose, going back to knowing you know, really for real in your heart, when you're taking your steps to do what you need to do, to wrap your head to why the reason why the prophet, you know, why Allah gave it to the prophet to give to, it was specifically for his wives, so they can make distinction. But then as we grew into the deen, it was for sisters strictly choice, if we choose to. But to understand really why that surah came out of why we should cover and the power that Allah gives to sisters, like Sister Khadijah, may Allah be pleased with her. Sister Rikaya, may Allah be pleased with her. You understand what I'm saying? You know where I'm going with this, right? So when I rock my hijab, I feel like I got the sword of the prophet, double-edged. So I have to be very mindful and very careful of how I behave myself out there in what some people may say, dunya, you know? So what really aggravates me, it's not from the hood, it's not from our kids, it's not from that, it's not. It's from our brothers and sisters that have come over from the Middle East. That bugs me. That have come over, I mean, it just gets up under my soul where I have to, you know, when I walk into one of their establishments, don't get me wrong, it's not all of them. But I'm talking about the ones that's over in Inglewood and our high-risk areas that, you know, they playing with these little young guys, and then the next minute they're giving them a pop and saying you can have it with brothers, and then the next minute the brothers is taking the pop and then they're calling the police on them and then they're calling them niggas. You understand what I'm saying? You all understand what I'm saying, right? So that's what bugs me. When I'm walking in one of those establishments of one of our brothers that was blessed to get up out of one of the most holiest countries where our prophets walked and established, may it be the Quran, the Torah, or the Bible, may it be any of those. They come over here and say they're in the belly of the beast. And they mistreat our brothers and sisters, and then they ask me, am I Muslim? And you know damn well I look like your sister, your mother, or one of your distant cousins. You know what I'm saying? If I'm dark and a little, so don't play with me. Don't play with me. If you're gonna come in our communities, you know, you come in our communities to give ease. You come in our communities to educate about the deen, if you remember. See, that's what bugs me about when I rock my hijab. It's not the brothers and sisters. I feel like I got, you know, when I'm out there in the streets, I love them. But when I'm going into different places where I distance brothers and sisters from the Middle East or anywhere that, you know, and they feel like they can disrespect, and then they play it and try it with me, we ain't having it, because you'll never see me without my sword. Never. Next question, please. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me. Thank you for being here too. Oh, thank you.
I loved it when it first came out.
Oh wow.
But I wanted to ask what's next for Ameena Mathews.
You know, I tell you again, that's a lot of likes. I don't know. You know, hey, wherever you need me to be, sis, that's where I'm gonna be next. Okay? So, well, I'm at you all's service, so whatever you all need to, and I think the time is getting run out that they're gonna lock us up in here. We may have to spend a night together. I don't want to do that. So, but what, I don't know, sis. I don't know what's next for, you know, Allah knows best. They offered me a position. It was a small position, but it would allow me to get off the street for maybe a little, but I like being out on the street. So if cuz would call and get on them and had them to put me in, you know, I may have to, you know, my husband asked me this morning, am I gonna take the position? He put it in that husband's voice, where he was, telling me what I should do in that question, you know what I mean? In that voice. So, but I really don't know if I'm gonna take the position of program manager or, you know, what I'm gonna do. I'm still gonna be out here to help our young brothers and sisters, you know, that need us, you know, that I went to the IDOC a couple of months ago, and I went through the weapons, you know, the little doo-doo, whatever, homeland, whatever. It didn't go off, right? And I'm telling you this story because I know that Shaitan has a plan, but I know Allah's plan is greater. So I walked through the thing, and then I had a sister with me. So she walked through it, and it didn't light up and do what it do, right? The security, which is African American, come from the Lawndale area. I've seen the brother move around. He wanted to demand that I take my scarf off. I said, well, what? Hold on, why I gotta take my scarf off? It didn't alert. I can understand, you know, if you want to do a pat down, not him, but the sister want to do a pat down, that's cool, but when you can't go back there. I said, I can't go back there. I didn't, you know, you all invite me to come, and then now the security don't want me to be back there. So it took us maybe about an hour and a half. I had to call. I didn't. Alex did. Alex, the writer, Alex Koklowitz. He called some big people in some high places, and we got back there. But when I got back there, Eddie was with me, Alex was with me. Because it took us so long to get back there, Eddie and Alex had some other things that they had to do. I had some other things that I had to do, but so what? I called my husband and said, look, we're just not getting back there. Can you take care of this? You know, I'll be at the mosque later, or whatever was going on. I don't quite remember what it was. So it was a brother, a little young brother. He was about 14 years old. And he salamed me. And I turned around and I looked at him and I salamed him back. Because he looked like a, you know, he looked like a Latino brother. So I salamed him back. And